alien class horrified by Deathworlder's extreme self-care techniques. In a distant galaxy, on the planet of Vexor Prime, the elite class of the Valorans had long prided themselves on their advanced civilization. Steeped in the traditions of logic and refinement, they were a species renowned for their philosophical debates and medical advancements, often viewing themselves as the pinnacle of evolution. Their delicate skin shimmered with bioluminescent patterns, and their elongated limbs allowed them to navigate their intricately designed cities with grace. Yet, everything changed the day they encountered the Deathworlders, humans. The Valorans had heard whispers of these beings from a planet known as Earth, a world marked by extreme conditions and survival against all odds. Curiosity drove them to observe the humans closely, especially after reports of a human delegation arriving on Vexor Prime for a peace summit. The Valorans had hoped to showcase their culture and intelligence, but what they witnessed would leave them horrified. As the summit commenced, the humans arrived, exuding a raw energy that was both magnetic and unsettling. Their attire was practical, made for comfort rather than aesthetics, a stark contrast to the Valorans' elaborate garments. The human delegation was led by a woman named Captain Sarah Mercer, a seasoned warrior with an unyielding spirit and a reputation that preceded her. The Valorans could sense the power radiating from her, an intensity that both intrigued and terrified them. The first shock came when the humans began their self-care routines. To the Valorans, self-care was a refined ritual of meditation and physical upkeep, involving soothing baths infused with the essence of rare Vexarian plants. But the humans had a different idea entirely. They began with vigorous physical activities, turning what the Valorans deemed as mere survival exercises into a display of primal strength and endurance. Captain Mercer led the charge, performing a series of extreme workouts that left the Valorans gasping in disbelief. "What is this madness?" whispered a Valoran dignitary, his luminous skin flickering in agitation. "This is how we care for ourselves," replied Captain Mercer, her breath steady despite the intensity of her workout. "Pushing our limits helps us grow, both physically and mentally." The Valorans watched in horror as the humans engaged in extreme measures. They laughed heartily, even in the face of exhaustion. They performed ridiculous stunts, like flipping tires and carrying heavy weights, while shouting motivational slogans that echoed through the chamber. The sound of their laughter mingled with their grunts and shouts, creating a cacophony that jarred the Valorans' senses. Later, the humans introduced what they call ice baths. The Valorans recoiled at the very idea of submerging oneself in freezing water. They could not fathom how any creature could find comfort in such extremes. "Why would you inflict pain upon yourselves?" one Valoran asked, his voice trembling with disbelief. "Pain is a teacher," Captain Mercer replied, her eyes sparkling with an uncontainable fire. "It teaches resilience and reminds us that we're alive." The Valorans exchanged uneasy glances. They could not understand how this brutal approach to self-care was celebrated among the humans. To them, self-care was a gentle embrace, not a battle against one's own body. As the summit progressed, the Valorans tried to introduce their own self-care practices, but they paled in comparison to the audacity of the humans. The Deathworlders had taken the concept of self-improvement to a terrifying new level, one that resonated with the harsh realities of their planet, a concept utterly foreign to the Valorans. The dichotomy between their sophisticated culture and the raw, untamed spirit of the humans became more apparent with each passing day. Despite their horror, an undercurrent of fascination began to weave through the Valoran ranks. They found themselves captivated by the resilience and tenacity of the humans, qualities they had long considered unnecessary in their utopian society. The Valorans were forced to confront a terrifying thought: had their pursuit of comfort and elegance rendered them weak? As the summit came to a close, the Valorans could no longer deny the impact the humans had on them. They had witnessed a new approach to life, one that celebrated struggle, embraced discomfort, and reveled in the thrill of survival. The Valorans might have started this meeting intending to teach the humans about culture and refinement, but instead, they found themselves learning about resilience, determination, and the strength of the human spirit. And in that moment of realization, the Valorans understood that the Deathworlders' extreme self-care techniques were not just a means to an end, they were a way of life, a testament to the power of the indomitable human will. As the days passed, the Valorans could not shake the impact of their interactions with the humans. The summit, initially focused on trade agreements and diplomatic relations, had transformed into a profound cultural exchange. The Valorans, with their sophisticated intellectualism, began to question their own values, contemplating the very essence of existence as they observed the humans. Captain Mercer and her team had become an integral part of the Valoran society, sharing stories of their homeworld and the brutal conditions that shaped them. They spoke of the storms that could rip apart structures, the predators that stalked them, and the relentless pursuit of survival that defined their everyday lives. Each tale painted a vivid picture of their reality, a stark contrast to the cushioned lives of the Valorans. One evening, the Valoran High Council convened to discuss the future of their relationship with the humans. The chamber was filled with the luminescent glow of the Valoran skin, casting an ethereal light on the walls. Dignitaries were gathered, debating the merits of incorporating some of the humans' ideas into their own culture. "We must learn from them," urged a young Valoran named Kara, her shimmering green skin flickering with excitement. "Their resilience and ability to thrive in adversity are qualities we need in our society." "But what of our traditions?" countered an elder named Velos, his voice deep and authoritative. "We cannot abandon centuries of culture for the sake of this barbaric approach to self-care." Captain Mercer, having been invited to the meeting, interjected, "What you see as barbaric is our way of overcoming the challenges of our world. We've learned that comfort can often be a trap. It's in the struggle that we find strength." The room fell silent, the Valorans absorbing her words. Kara spoke again. "Perhaps we can incorporate some of these practices into our own lives. We have become too complacent, too reliant on our advancements. There's value in embracing discomfort." As discussions continued, Captain Mercer proposed a cultural exchange program, where Valorans could experience human training techniques firsthand. This idea sparked both excitement and apprehension among the council members. "Let us not forget the consequences," Velos warned. "Introducing our people to such extremes could lead to chaos." "What if they cannot handle it?" But Kira, fueled by enthusiasm, replied, "What if they thrive? What if they find a part of themselves they never knew existed? Isn't it worth the risk?" The council ultimately agreed to pilot the program, and soon after, they established a training facility where Valorans could learn the human self-care methods. The facility was unlike anything the Valorans had ever constructed. It was open, raw, and intentionally designed to mimic the harsh environments of Earth. The walls were lined with exercise equipment, but they also featured areas for ice baths and obstacle courses, each meant to push the limits of those who entered. Initially, the Valorans struggled. Their bodies, accustomed to the comforts of their luxurious lifestyle, found the training grueling. Some fell behind, gasping for breath as they attempted to keep pace with the humans. Laughter echoed through the facility as the humans cheered on their Valoran counterparts, pushing them to continue even when they wanted to quit. As the weeks went by, a remarkable transformation began to take place. The Valorans discovered newfound strength within themselves. They began to embrace discomfort and push past their limits. What was once an alien concept became a part of their daily lives. They learned to laugh through the struggle, to find joy in their efforts, and to celebrate their progress, no matter how small. Kira emerged as a leader among her peers, advocating for the continuation of the program and encouraging others to embrace this new way of life. She became a beacon of hope and resilience, embodying the very spirit the humans had introduced to them. One fateful day, during a particularly intense training session, a sudden alarm blared throughout the facility. An emergency alert indicated that a massive storm was approaching Vexor Prime, one unlike anything the Valorans had ever witnessed. Panic ensued as Valoran trainers rushed to evacuate everyone to the underground safety shelters. Captain Mercer, however, saw an opportunity. "This is our chance to show them what we've learned," she declared, her voice cutting through the chaos. "Let's work together to prepare." The Valorans hesitated for a moment, still shaken by the impending storm, but Kira stepped forward, her resolve unwavering. "We can do this. We've trained for challenges like this. We are stronger together." Under Mercer's guidance, the humans and Valorans rallied to secure the training facility. They worked side by side, hauling equipment, reinforcing structures, and creating barriers against the approaching winds. The training they had undergone suddenly came to life, and the camaraderie forged through sweat and determination fueled their efforts. As the storm raged outside, the facility became a sanctuary of strength. The Valorans, once horrified by the concept of extreme self-care, now understood the essence of resilience and teamwork. They had faced a real challenge together, drawing upon the lessons learned from the humans. When the storm finally passed, the damage was significant, but they emerged stronger than ever. The Valorans had not only survived but had also forged an unbreakable bond with the humans. The experience had changed them, igniting a fire within their hearts. In the aftermath, the High Council reconvened to discuss the future. The training program would not only continue but expand. The Valorans embraced their new identity, blending their culture with the lessons learned from the Deathworlders. Captain Mercer and her team became ambassadors of this newfound philosophy, traveling to different Valoran cities to share their experiences. The Valorans began to adopt a new mantra: strength through struggle, unity through adversity. As the two species worked together, they would face new challenges and build a brighter future, one that celebrated both the delicate beauty of Valoran culture and the fierce spirit of humanity. They had learned that true strength lay not in comfort but in embracing the chaos of life, together. And so, the galaxy would remember the day when an elite class of aliens was horrified by Deathworlders' extreme self-care techniques, only to be transformed by their unwavering spirit. As the months rolled on, the collaboration between the Valorans and humans flourished. The training facility, once a simple structure, evolved into a hub of cultural exchange and growth. It became a place where the principles of resilience and strength permeated every aspect of life. Kira, now a respected leader, organized events to foster community engagement and encouraged Valorans to participate in various training programs. The humans introduced new activities, including obstacle courses and endurance challenges, and even cultural sports that showcased their raw physicality and strategic thinking. These events not only strengthened bodies but also bridged the gap between two worlds. One particularly bright morning, the facility hosted its first interspecies competition, a combination of traditional Valoran games and human survival challenges. The air buzzed with excitement as participants adorned their skins with vibrant colors, signifying their teams. Valoran dignitaries and human delegates gathered, anticipation thick in the air. Captain Mercer stood alongside Kara at the event's opening ceremony, her heart swelling with pride. She had witnessed the transformation of these beings from hesitant participants to bold competitors, eager to showcase their newfound skills. "Remember, it's not just about winning," she announced to the assembled crowd. "It's about pushing your limits and embracing the struggle." The competition began, and teams battled through rigorous challenges. In one event, competitors scaled a simulated cliff, mimicking the treacherous mountains of Earth. The Valorans struggled at first, but with the encouragement of their human teammates, they discovered innovative ways to use their agility and intelligence to navigate the obstacle. The sight of a Valoran scaling the heights, using their elongated limbs to reach the summit, sparked cheers that resonated throughout the arena. Kira reached the top first, throwing her arms up in triumph as the crowd erupted in applause. "This is for all of us," she shouted, the thrill of victory coursing through her veins. The event took a dramatic turn when one of the Valoran competitors, a young male named Drax, lost his footing and fell from a precarious ledge. Gasps filled the arena as time seemed to slow down, but before anyone could react, Captain Mercer launched into action. With the agility honed through years of combat, she dashed toward the edge, leaping down to catch him just in time. The crowd held its breath, witnessing the sheer willpower and coordination that had developed between the two species. Mercer landed firmly, absorbing the impact as she cradled Drax. "Are you all right?" she asked, concern etched on her face. Drax nodded, his eyes wide with shock and awe. "You saved me." "Together, we've got each other's backs," Mercer replied, helping him to his feet as the crowd erupted into cheers, celebrating not just the act of bravery but the bond forged through adversity. The competition continued, but the incident ignited a renewed sense of camaraderie among participants. As the day progressed, they celebrated every victory and rallied around those who faltered, embodying the very spirit they had cultivated over the past months. The finale of the event featured a challenge designed to test not only physical endurance but also mental resilience. Contestants had to navigate a grueling maze filled with obstacles and puzzles. As they entered, the atmosphere shifted from excitement to a palpable tension, the stakes raised by the challenges ahead. Kira and Mercer decided to team up, combining their unique strengths. Kira's agility and strategic mind complemented Mercer's instinctive ability to adapt under pressure. As they maneuvered through the maze, they faced a series of daunting tasks, including climbing walls, solving intricate puzzles, and evading obstacles designed to mimic predators from both their worlds. Just when they thought they were nearing the end, they encountered a final challenge, a towering wall that required both a leap of faith and a precise calculation of distance. They exchanged determined glances, knowing that failure could mean disqualification. On 3, we jump, Kira instructed, taking a deep breath. 1, 2, 3. They leaped together, trusting each other to land safely. The thrill of the jump brought a rush of adrenaline as they soared through the air, grasping for the ledge. With a mighty effort, they both managed to grab hold, pulling themselves up just in time to hear the roar of the crowd. As they crossed the finish line, the two stood triumphantly, hearts racing, surrounded by cheers from both Valorans and humans alike. They had not only completed the challenge but had also created a moment that would be etched into the history of their alliance. After the competition, the atmosphere was filled with laughter and joy. Delegates from both sides began to share their experiences, discussing not just their newfound appreciation for physical challenges but the deeper understanding they had gained of one another. As the sun set on the horizon, casting an orange hue over the training facility, Kira stood beside Captain Mercer, both breathing heavily but smiling broadly. "I never thought I could do something like this," Kira said, her voice filled with exhilaration. "We've truly become stronger together." Mercer nodded, her heart full. "This is just the beginning. Imagine what we can accomplish if we continue to learn from one another." As the festivities continued, a Valoran elder approached the two women, his expression contemplative. "You have shown us the power of unity, strength, and resilience. We have long held the belief that our ways were the only right ways, but you have taught us to embrace discomfort and growth. I believe we must explore this further." The elder's words sparked conversations among the crowd, igniting a desire for continued collaboration and exploration of ideas. They envisioned a future where the Valorans would integrate elements of human self-care techniques into their culture, encouraging their society to evolve beyond the limitations of comfort. In the months that followed, the training facility became a center for education, not just for physical challenges but also for the exchange of ideas and philosophies. The Valorans began to adopt aspects of human culture, blending their intellectualism with a newfound appreciation for resilience and strength. The alliance grew stronger, with cultural exchanges leading to new traditions that honored both civilizations. Valoran artists created sculptures inspired by human athleticism, while humans learned the intricate arts of Valoran meditation, finding balance in their lives. As the two species continued to learn from each other, they faced new challenges together. Whether they were natural disasters or diplomatic crises, they began to build a reputation throughout the galaxy, not just as allies but as a symbol of unity and strength against adversity. Through every struggle, they discovered that true growth comes from pushing beyond one's limits and that the most powerful bond is forged through shared experiences. The Valorans, once horrified by the Deathworlder's extreme self-care techniques, had come to embrace them, reshaping their very identity in the process. And so, in the heart of the galaxy, the alliance between the Valorans and humans stood as a testament to resilience, proving that strength is not merely the absence of struggle but the willingness to embrace it together. As the years unfolded, the alliance between the Valorans and humans evolved into a powerful coalition that transcended mere diplomacy. They began to tackle broader issues within the galaxy, recognizing that their combined strengths could lead to solutions for challenges faced by other species. The Valoran Council proposed a galactic peace summit, aimed at uniting various civilizations to address the rising tensions and conflicts throughout the cosmos. The summit would showcase their unique partnership and highlight the importance of resilience and collaboration in overcoming adversity. As the preparations for the summit began, both species worked tirelessly to organize a grand event that would reflect their shared values. The training facility was transformed into a majestic venue, adorned with holographic displays illustrating their journey together. Stories of bravery and collaboration filled the air, resonating with visitors as they arrived from distant worlds. Kira and Captain Mercer took the lead, dedicating themselves to making the event a success. Kira's leadership skills shone brightly, her infectious enthusiasm rallying Valorans to showcase their culture, while Mercer's tactical expertise ensured every detail was meticulously planned. On the day of the summit, delegates from across the galaxy gathered in awe at the facility's transformation. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and anticipation as representatives from various civilizations took their seats. The opening ceremony featured performances that highlighted the rich tapestry of Valoran culture alongside human expressions of strength and resilience. Dancers, athletes, and artists joined forces on the grand stage, captivating the audience with their talent and unity. As the ceremony concluded, Kira and Captain Mercer took to the stage, their hearts pounding with a mixture of excitement and nerves. Kira spoke first, her voice steady and filled with passion. Welcome, esteemed delegates. Today, we gather not just as representatives of our worlds but as a united front against adversity. We have learned that true strength lies in our ability to support one another, to push beyond our limits, and to embrace the challenges that life presents us. Captain Mercer followed, her presence commanding yet warm. The bond we have forged is a testament to the power of cooperation. Together, we can address the issues plaguing our galaxy, whether they are conflicts, environmental concerns, or the struggles faced by those who feel isolated and alone. We must come together, not just as allies, but as a family. The delegates erupted in applause, moved by the sincerity and conviction in their words. The summit kicked off with discussions on various topics, including conflict resolution strategies, environmental sustainability, and the importance of cultural exchange. As conversations flowed, a notable shift began to take place. Species that had long been adversaries found common ground through the examples set by the Valorans and humans. Discussions became more constructive as they shared their own stories of struggle and resilience. During one particularly impactful session, a representative from the Harkan race, known for their fierce warrior culture, stood up. Your alliance has inspired us. For too long, we have been divided by our past conflicts. We want to learn from you how to turn our struggles into strength, not just for ourselves but for our children and their children. The room fell silent, the sincerity of his words resonating with all present. Kira and Mercer exchanged proud glances, their hearts swelling with hope. The summit continued, and delegates began to form coalitions based on shared values rather than historical grievances. As the final day of the summit approached, the atmosphere was charged with enthusiasm. Plans were laid out for ongoing collaborations, with the Valorans and humans taking the lead in establishing a network of support among the participating civilizations. However, the celebration was interrupted by alarming news from the outskirts of the galaxy. A rogue faction known as the Darnak Collective, notorious for their aggression and disregard for peace, had launched a surprise attack on a neighboring planet. The council chamber fell silent, tension filling the air as the implications of this news sank in. Many of the species we've invited to this summit are at risk, Kira said, her voice resolute. We cannot let this aggression go unanswered. We've built this alliance on the values of strength and resilience. Now, we must show that we are willing to defend those values. Captain Mercer nodded, determination etched on her face. We need to mobilize. We can't just stand by while others suffer. It's time to put our training and principles to the test. Without hesitation, Kira and Mercer proposed a coalition force comprising Valorans, humans, and any allies willing to join them in confronting the Darnak Collective. The delegates, inspired by the boldness of their leaders, quickly organized into teams, preparing to take action. As the coalition forces assembled, they shared strategies and resources, leveraging their unique strengths. The Valorans, with their agility and intellect, designed advanced tactical maneuvers, while the humans brought their combat experience and unyielding spirit. The coalition ship, named Unity, became a symbol of their alliance. As it launched into the depths of space, a collective determination filled the crew. They were not just fighting for their lives but for the ideals they had cultivated, a galaxy united against oppression. Upon reaching the affected planet, they found devastation. The Darnak Collective had wreaked havoc, leaving destruction in their wake. The coalition forces quickly engaged, utilizing their diverse training and teamwork to push back against the attackers. In the heat of battle, the Valorans showcased their newfound combat skills, surprising the Darnak with their agility and strategic thinking. Kira, leading a squad, executed a daring maneuver that outflanked the enemy, allowing the coalition forces to gain the upper hand. Meanwhile, Captain Mercer fought valiantly alongside human warriors, embodying the strength and resilience they had all learned to value. She was a beacon of hope, rallying her comrades and inspiring them to press on against the odds. After an intense struggle, the coalition forces emerged victorious, driving the Darnak Collective from the planet. As they regrouped, they looked upon the destruction, their hearts heavy with the cost of victory. Yet, they had proven that strength could prevail when united in purpose. In the aftermath, the coalition established a peacekeeping force on the planet, ensuring that the cycle of violence would not repeat. They worked with the local populace, fostering a sense of community and collaboration, sharing the lessons they had learned from their alliance. As the summit concluded, Kara and Captain Mercer returned to their home worlds, carrying with them the knowledge that their partnership had transformed not just their own species but had also sown the seeds of unity throughout the galaxy. The Valorans and humans became ambassadors of resilience, spreading their message of strength through struggle to neighboring civilizations. Their journey had proven that when faced with adversity, true power lies in collaboration and the willingness to embrace the chaos of life. Years later, stories of the summit and the battle against the Darnak Collective would echo throughout the cosmos, a testament to the unbreakable bond forged between two worlds. The Valorans, once horrified by the extreme self-care techniques of the Deathworlders, had discovered the beauty in embracing discomfort, pushing themselves to grow stronger, and ultimately changing the fate of the galaxy. And so, they thrived, united in their quest for peace and understanding, standing as a symbol of hope for future generations, a beacon of resilience in a vast and often tumultuous universe.